Hi there, I'm Angela Sharp, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I've never mentioned it on this show before, but I absolutely love the Great Forest Park Balloon Race. I talk about it all the time, right? So, of course, I've also mentioned that my dad and I, ever since I was a little kid, would sit across the street and we would chase the balloons. Well, this year was no different. So my dad and I actually stood on top of the building I'm in right now, and we watched the balloons take off. It was really windy though, so not a whole lot went up. About 11 balloons total got to go up. They had 50, but only 11 were able to fly, and you could see it. When the balloons were like taking to the sky, they would start to like concave in the side, and apparently that's really bad because your basket could tip. So not everybody went up, but 11 balloons went up, and you know, Dad and I started to notice that the balloons weren't popping off as quick as they normally do, and so we saw the Missouri Lottery balloon go up, and we were like, okay, let's just chase that one. Thank goodness we did. We saw no other balloons when we were like out in the chasing world, but we did find and catch the Missouri Lottery balloon. So I was able to catch up with him. The pilot was so wonderfully nice. Of course, I took a photo with it because I was so excited that I caught them. We were actually the first people on site there. I will tell you, my dad and I are the best chasers ever. Well, my dad mentioned that I flew in the Great Forest Park Balloon Race last year, and so he asked me, you know, did you go through the ceremony? Did you have the champagne toast? And I was like, no, I didn't. And he goes, okay, well, you can join the two people that rode with me today and we'll do it. And it was this adorable toast. I wish I could remember all the words, but at some point, grass was put on my head, and then I did not know champagne was gonna be poured directly on my head. And I don't know if you can tell, but I am the happiest person in the world right now, even though I was all sticky and I had to go home and take a shower. It was awesome. So I had a great time catching up with the balloons. Always fun. I wish we could have balloons flying in the sky every single year. I actually think I want to learn how to be a pilot, so maybe that's coming up. Now, you might have noticed all the awesome stuff right next to me, right? Well, I've got a couple of guests coming on the show with STL-Style, Jeff and Randy Vines. They're gonna tell us everything they know about how they got started, what they're selling, all this awesome stuff they got going on. I met them at the Cardinals game, so we'll talk more about that as well. So let's get started on today's Daily Mix. For 50 years now, Metro Theater Company has been delighting children and families with its creative productions. 50 years. Their new season recently kicked off with a school tour of Bold, Brave, Curious. Starring a thoughtful and clever 9-year-old girl, this empowering play shines a light on the power of friendship and so much more. Bold, Brave, Curious is touring schools across the region right now and available for streaming. Pay What You Wish performances will be offered at the Sun Theater on October 15th and 16th. To learn more about this and all the other performances they have planned for their 50th anniversary season, go to metroplays.org. The Missouri History Museum's popular Twilight Tuesday is back this September. Grab your blankets and lawn chairs, pack a picnic, and come out and enjoy the terrific music under a beautiful Forest Park sunset. The museum galleries are also open late, and some of the area's best food trucks will be on hand. The concerts will take place Thursday in September from 6 to 8. For a full lineup of performances, food trucks, and more, go to mohistory.org. Mr. Blue Sky, tribute to Electric Light Orchestra, will take the stage at the Chesterfield Amphitheater for the first time ever this week with special guest Emily Wallace. The popular band is known for bringing the ultimate ELO experience, and this show promises to have the biggest light show and multimedia production they've ever done. Mr. Blue Sky will be bringing the hits this Friday, September 23rd. For tickets and more information, go to MrBlueSkyMusic.com. Celebrate and enjoy the Gateway Arch National Park green spaces this Saturday for National Public Lands Day. The National Park Service and Gateway Arch Park Foundation are celebrating all day with a series of events, free activities, including the Mississippi River cleanup, the Mon Arch Migration event, yoga under the arch, dog-friendly bark ranger activities, and free tram rides to the top, and tickets to the documentary movie. Activities are going on throughout the day starting at 9 a.m. You can find all the details at archpark.org. St. Louis's favorite food event returns this weekend with more than 30 of St. Louis' best local restaurants on hand, and there's something for everyone at this year's Taste of St. Louis. Feast on their best dishes while checking out great locally owned businesses and enjoying live entertainment all weekend long. You know, the Eli Young Band is going to be there, and I'm going to catch up to interview them this weekend, so you have to stay tuned for more on that later. They're excellent live. You should definitely check it out. Taste of St. Louis is free to attend and runs this Friday through Sunday at Ballpark Village. You can find all the details at STL.com. The Greater St. Louis Hispanic Festival is also back this weekend, and Hispanic Festival Inc. is turning up the heat. Celebrate the common heritage of Hispanic nations with live music, dancers, a kids' corner, a traditional Hispanic games and crafts section, and enjoyed a wide variety of food and drink from Latin and South America at the Cultural Village. And don't miss the petting zoo, mechanical bull, inflatables, and more than 70 booths. The Hispanic Festival is free and open to everyone. It runs this Friday through Sunday at Soulard Park. Visit HispanicFestivalSTL.com for the deets. Now, Tower Grove Pride Festival is back and bigger than ever. This year, this festival will be the entire weekend, bringing everything you love back for 2 whole days. Music and a variety of performances will take over 3 stages, plus there'll be food, drinks, activity zones, and hundreds of local LGBT plus artists, crafters, and small businesses. The event is open to everyone, even your pets. The festival will take place in Tower Grove Park this Saturday and Sunday. For more information, you can visit towergrovepride.com. And finally, after a 2-year absence, St. Louis Hills Art in the Park returns to Francis Park. This weekend, artists will fill the space on both sides of the Lily Pond to showcase their creations and live music, delicious food, children activities, and more. Art in the Park is free, family-friendly event, and will run from 10 to 5 this Sunday. Visit artintheparkstl.com for more information. Ain't Too Proud, the life and times of the Temptations, makes its St. Louis debut this week, opening the U.S. Bank Broadway season at the fabulous Fox Theater. The Broadway hit musical follows the Temptations' remarkable journey from the streets of Detroit to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and features their signature dance moves and unmistakable hit songs. I had a chance to chat with one of the stars of the show, Harrell Holmes Jr. Take a look. Now, we've kind of touched on it a little bit, but what can audiences expect from this musical extravaganza? I mean, you kind of touched on, you go through some of the lows and some of the highs, but I would assume a lot of people are kind of dancing a little bit in their seats, right?
Oh, absolutely. From the moment we walk out, I don't want to give it away, but literally from the moment we walk out until we basically end. I mean, the audience is clapping. You can hear them singing along. I mean, because they have so many hits, you know, from My Girl, Get Ready, Just My Imagination, Papa Was Rolling Stone, all of the hits that the Temptations were known for, you're going to hear. And then the visuals are incredible. You get the suits, you know, that they were known for. We have so many costume changes. And not to give it away, we have some special guest appearances from the Supreme, Smokey Robinson, you know, so we tell the entire story, and you get to see basically every Temptation, you know, from the classic 5, of what they went through, their background, how they became a Temptation. And then, of course, you know, the struggles that they went through. But it's a great time. I've heard it described as a concert with acting. That's what it feels like.
I love it. And you know what? This whole time you've been talking about it, I can see, like, right now, you're very pleasant, but when I ask you a question about it, you really do light up talking about this. So this is really
Yes,
a joy for you to do, I assume.
absolutely. Yes, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, the dancing in itself, I mean, it won the Tony for choreography. So the dancing is incredible, but I mean, it's such a great story to tell. So I'm blessed and privileged to do it every night.
What song is your favorite one to sing, to be melted and
Ooh,
sing?
dang, that's a tough one. I would say Can't Get Next to You. It's a part where I get a chance to have a lead in the song, and the costuming, the choreography, everything is so top notch in that song, and the energy is crazy. The crowd loves it every night. So I would say Can't Get Next to You is my favorite.
All right, are you going to give us a little taste of that?
Oh, I can make it rain whenever I wanted to. I can build a castle. Okay, okay. I won't go into too much.
I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. Ain't Too Proud will be at the Fabulous Fox September 20th through October 2nd. For tickets and more information, visit fabulousfox.com. I don't know if you could pick up on it, but that guy has such a powerful energy. You're gonna have to be sure to stay tuned to keep an eye out for my full interview with Harrell. It was awesome. I really loved this happiness. And I know two other guys who've got a lot of happiness. They're joining me right now, the Vine brothers.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining me today. Now, I obviously met you guys at the Cardinals game this past year. You designed this shirt this year.
Right. I think our 7th year designing shirts for Cardinals theme nights. So
Yeah, so the Cardinals
nice.
tap us every year, to design a particular theme night shirt. And we can kind of use our own creative energy and whatever, as long as it's keeping with whatever theme they have in mind. Sometimes it's like 80s night or college night, 90s
This
night.
was college, right?
This was a
Yeah.
college night, but we decided
all of
to.
the above, actually.
Yeah, but we wanted to kind of tap into the the heat is on kind of
Right,
vibe
for
of.
sure.
So we just channeled the 80s and here we are. It was a popular
It's
shirt.
very popular, yeah.
Yeah, I see people wearing it all the time. So, I mean, everybody loves it. But let's kind of back up here. You guys obviously have a store. We're going to talk about all the store and all the products you have. But when did you guys start, getting into designing shirts and apparently trash cans?
Yeah, it runs the whole gamut. Our parents are proud, but the real inspiration of our brand and our whole business was really our love for the city, and we've always been really unapologetically proud of our hometown, St. Louis.
Right.
And so we decided to kind of see how we can turn that energy and the love of our city into something that's like an enterprise, and it was definitely unplanned. We had no business plan, even to this day, had no business plan. We just kind of run with it and rely on our cohorts and those talented people around us to kind of bring our ideas to life, and then the rest kind of takes on a life of its own. So.
Yeah, we've had a store on Cherokee Street since 2010, and we are actually old school for Cherokee Street in terms of the newer crop of businesses to crop up, and we love it there. It's definitely
And your building is very brightly colored. So, people are going to notice your building straight away.
Yeah, there's a big giant mural that covers the whole Compton-facing side of our building, right at Cherokee and Compton, so you can't miss it. But we commissioned local artists, Robert and Liza Fishbone. They've been doing murals in the city, dating back to the 70s, Robert. We just turned that wall into a giant canvas, and everyone knows it. It's one of the most photographed landmarks on the South Side now.
It's awesome. Yeah. Now, you guys sell a variety of things, like we talked about. Obviously, we've got a map, we've got some trash cans, shirts. Now, I want to talk about this. So you have some shirts that are more not suitable for TV, if you will, sure. Which I happen to love, which is another reason. But obviously, you couldn't show those.
Right.
So obviously, this one is the Cardinals one, but that one is in store?
St. Louis has it. Yeah, this was a limited edition one. This just happens to be my favorite. It's kind of an old marketing phrase that was used in the city. St. Louis has it A to Z, but we just kind of, refreshed it, brought it back, and it's short and sweet.
intentionally open-ended. It can be whatever you want.
It can be whatever you want it to be. Well, you guys kind of borrow a lot from the city over the time. Obviously, the trash can in the city of St. Louis mug has that St. Louis.
Yeah, definitely.
Thing.
We like to say, St. Louis is a city that's so cool and doesn't try. It doesn't realize how cool it is. Sometimes the most interesting aspects of the city are right in front of us, like the public works trucks, those signature ubiquitous orange trucks with the Helvetica font that says City of St. Louis, whatever department,
Right.
forestry, streets, traffic. And we thought, we got to make civic sexy and turn them into products that people can wear. There's a lot of city pride in St. Louis, so people who are diehards for the city, they get it and they appreciate the humor and also the artistry behind it.
And we have a whole line of this city orange, City of St. Louis stuff, shirts, onesies,
You even have a
socks.
bug.
Oh yeah, and my car, a 74 Volkswagen Beetle.
Is that your
so-
personal ride?
Yeah, it is my car. I mean, it's my secondary car, but I actually drive it more than my actual car. So.
Right. I would assume that if you're from St. Louis and maybe you moved out of town, this would also be when holidays are coming up, this would probably be an excellent gift for somebody who's maybe a little homesick, right?
Definitely. About half of our online business is actually people who live out of state and sometimes out of the country. So it's really cool to send off orders literally all over the world and just see how far St. Louis's reach stretches. So.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the other thing that you kind of basically just kind of stole from the...
I guess the theme today is just the public works and just fixtures of the city that we're all used to seeing all the time, like the manhole covers. But most people don't realize that every major city kind of has their own distinctive manhole cover design. And it just so happens St. Louis has one that's super cool. And people who pay attention to this stuff and get excited about this really love the design. So we thought, let's not reinvent the wheel. Let's just make this a coaster. We also have doormats that are
I love the doormat.
Yeah,
They're
and
great.
people like it, and we didn't have to do that much. I mean, we do have designs that are really creative that require a lot of thinking and reiterations.
Right.
But there's some that just they hand it to us on a platter.
They're like, here you go. This is perfect.
Almost literally.
And let's talk about the map you brought, because the map is, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on TV, but it's kind of like a metallic. It's got a little shimmer here to it. So this map is just of basically actual St. Louis.
Yeah, these are the 79 official neighborhoods in the city of St. Louis, plus the inner ring suburbs that touch the city. And then we threw in some popular districts that aren't official neighborhoods, like Cherokee. Let's see. There is Des Moines and Dogtown, which is an unofficial neighborhood, but things that we thought were worthy of being on the map.
And it's a screen printed art print. So these are collectible items. We have multiple different color combos, color schemes. We have
different sizes.
A different edition that we did with Sleepy Kitty, a band and artists themselves who are now based in Brooklyn, and longtime St. Louis friends of ours. And yeah, so we just try to roll out new, fresh stuff. We got as you were saying, not everything in our shop is G-rated, but St. Louis is a big city, and there has to be a wide variety to appeal to all audiences. So.
Right, and let's kind of talk about it without talking about it. Some of those not G-rated shirts I see all the time at the Cardinals game. Yeah. There's one in particular that's popping into my head that I see all the time. So when you guys go to a game, just as two guys hanging out, now when you're designing from, and you see one of your shirts walk by, does that kind of give you a little happiness?
Oh, it's really gratifying.
It's the ultimate satisfaction to see strangers and people we don't know wearing our stuff and representing the city. And we feel like we've provided a way for them to express their appreciation for the city.
And it's even better is when we get someone will send us a picture. They saw someone on the New York subway in our Cherokee Street shirt, or at the Great Wall of China, wearing one of our shirts or carrying one of our bags or whatever it is. But the St. Louis diaspora stretches far and wide, and so the stuff shows up everywhere.
Even in Antarctica, there's a group of scientists who are based in Antarctica, and they purchased some St. Louis flags, and they sent us a picture of the flag that they got at our store waving at their base in Antarctica. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so literally every continent.
Yep.
Literally. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so you've got shirts, you've got hats, you've got coasters and mugs and trash cans and posters. Anything else that I'm missing?
So much more. I mean, you got to come to our shop. Check us out online. We have books, we have postcards, greeting cards, dog collars.
Yep.
All
literally
kinds of
anything.
accessories.
Too many things to even wrap
Yeah.
our minds around.
Yeah,
but,
so many more ideas than time
Right.
and room to display. So.
And we also do custom design and custom screen printing for like companies, organizations,
okay.
special events, and that's like a hallmark of our business too. So custom everything.
Well, let's tell everybody how they can find you. I said colorful building on Cherokee, but maybe you can help them a little bit better.
Yeah, we're at 3159 Cherokee Street, right at the corner of Compton. Very prominent corner. You can't miss us because of the mural. We're online, STL-Style.com. Don't forget the dash. And then social media, all our handles are,
You can find it on our website.
our
We got
website.
it on our.
Yeah.
We're showing it right now to everybody because they're not all exactly the same. So there's a
Right.
dash at Facebook. There's no house on Twitter, and there's a house on Instagram. So
Make you work for
you're
it.
making us work a little bit, but that's okay. And when you go to your Instagram, you can kind of see some of those other designs I mentioned that aren't quite suitable for us here at the television. And I think those people watching are going to really like some of those a lot.
There is something for everyone.
Yeah, definitely all tastes.
All
people
tastes.
welcome. Yep.
Is there one thing in your store that you say, like if you come to our store, you've got to look at this?
Well, I think what sets us apart from other stores is that when customers come in, they can choose any design off the wall, pick any size and color shirt or a tote if they like, and we will print it in just a few minutes while they wait. So you really walk out with your own custom St. Louis shirt.
Look, he buried the lead, you guys. That right there was the most important part of that. You buried the lead. Well, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Jeff and Randy Vine with STL-Style. Definitely check them out on their Instagram, Facebook, website, social media channels. And after you follow them, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're everywhere as well. Make sure you drop us a line at thedailymix@stltv.net. We want to hear from you. That's going to do it for today's Daily Mix. We keep it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. See you next time.